and have quick match on both arms. You know, they're concerned about all their goodies lighting off, you know, but we didn't consider that the wind would keep the burlap from lighting off. So it's just an easy matter of having either Scott Ficus or Steve Casorla to use some of their what they call quick match. It's a, you know, it's a very fast fuse, and run it all the way
and then put
down.
some fuel along.
And well, and then have something out on the arms, you know, a sparkler type fountain kind of thing, so that it's going to light for sure.
Yeah. And also this year, what we're talking about doing is, does he still get some weight on, or is he still trying to fall too far? Why is he doing that? Now also the stairway here will be a lot more rigid, help holding it down too.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to have the staircase there. The stake down the stringers, and you got your braces right there.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably
just what you were talking about. Yeah.
But as far as in the past, we've always laid them in, had them fall over backwards to, you know, when he's finished burning, they're ready. You know, when it gets burned to the point where most of the fuel's burned out, and it's just going to be a standing skeleton of charred wood. But what we're going to do is make some break points somehow, drill some small holes where we'll burn through, or actually put some sort of chemical that'll burn through so it'll collapse down.
On those hay bale stairs.
Well, this is going to be. I mean,
we'll just attach a couple of claymore mines to
his knees. Think about this, Adele. I mean, with the flame that's going to be burning with this down here, it's probably going to break down low anyway. I mean, on its own. Because this, I mean, look at this pyre. That's all this fuel. That's a whole new factor. You know, we're going to have a whole house burning underneath the man.
We're going to light the man first and then light the pedestal after, or start the pedestal on fire?
No, I think the man will be lit first and then the pedestal after. Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
I mean, otherwise it's like a sacrifice where someone, you know, Joan of Arc or whatever. You know,
exactly.
We don't want to, we're not torturing the guy here. This is more symbolic. It's not so much quite the torture concept. He's
burned at the stake.
Yeah.
we
light him on fire, and then this just, you know, goes with him. It's not the other way around.
Those 2 hay bale stacks last year, or straw bales, somebody was up there and had put their cigarette out in the straw, and it took.
You saw that? You were there?
Yeah.
And they had to put it out?
I was sitting right next to the person, and it really started to smoke, and then we realized, I look over this guy, I'm like, he had like a 40-ounce beer or something. I go, give us your beer, we got to put this out. He's like, no man, I need it. You know, it took off, and so we literally took off our shirts and started putting this out. And I don't know if...
Well, this is a risk. This
is sure. Hopefully people will be aware, because this stuff, that straw really goes.
Maybe we'll hose it down.
Either that or cover it with mud. You know, just trowel mud over it and let it dry. That'll stop it some. I think wetting it down is probably the best idea, though.
But the surface will dry out and become soggy on the inside, and then it won't burn when we want it to.
Maybe the mud. Cover it with a little bleach.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to have a security crew, you know, with a fire hydrant. I mean, a fire.
I think they're going to have that anyway. I think it's just a, you know, it's just
have somebody. Maybe we'll have someone, you know, who'll have the attendees of the man in their monk robes. They can have the inside chamber, and they'll have their and they'll be the attendees of the man.
The monk's ale house.
Yeah, they'll have some ale in their
fire
kegger.
Extinguishers inside there. Yeah. You could have little portable, you know.
Yeah, well, they could be monk robes with fire hats. Double duty. Because you know what, I had that idea. Is what we were talking about was having a fire that burns for the whole weekend in the center of camp, and people that did that could walk over there and tend the fire. And you know, like the scraps of wood here, the monks could hand out wood to people, and they could feed this fire at the center of camp, which is connected to the burning of this, because the fire will be taken from there. It's a way that people can be, you know, connected to the ritual of it, which has been kind of missing. So I like that idea.
Who was the jet car owner?
What's his name?
He didn't work for Cosman Engineering, did he? Do you know?
I don't know.
But he is working with the guy who's doing Breedlove.
Yeah, he's working with Craig Breedlove, and he also works with SRL.
SRL, okay.
With Mark Pauline.
What is the company you just said? Is that engineering?
Some of those guys from SRL used to work, I think years ago, at Cosman Engineering. They build race frames and, you know, motors. They're on like right off Van Ness on Oak.
Actually, as far as this rigging goes here, the clip, I think that's what we'll do. Instead of what we've done in the past, have a steel cable that goes around the man, and then we have a rope.
Yeah, we talked about putting an eye bolt through it last year.
Yeah, either that or just put a steel cable on it with, you know, with a loop, you know. but have
Like a
the rope
choker.
hook on like that. It's just some easy way to disconnect it. Because John's had the steel cable that he didn't want to burn, but we're just gonna have to get a steel cable that can
Or a
go
piece of chain.
and stay on there. Chain, that's easy. Chain.
Well, I also remember we talked about putting a length of chain on the end of the
We
guy
did do
wires,
that last year.
so that when you go to adjust
Extend
it up,
Yeah, that's what we did last
it's
year.
easier to throw a bolt through it than having to run the cable through an eye and put the shackles on it.
Okay, so you got 2 good 24s? Okay. Okay, no problem. 1/2 inch over 24 feet. That's beautiful. Okay, can you see if they have a 14-footer? Yeah. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, all right, bye. Yep, we can do this pallet. Let's take the third one there.
Been
Take
with
all
me
3 of
many
these.
years.
Say hi to the camera.
Corey, let's do a dance.
Come on, you're on film. See ya.
She hates people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to make it some cutouts and
No, I didn't glue it. Just because I had such a small area,
Oh, I see.
now I'm gluing now. But before, when we had concentric rings, it made sense.
Four by 6 right here.
Yeah, you should probably use some joist hangers.
Yeah,
Or at least nail a cleat across the bottom.
well, we can just nail them in from the end and put the joist hangers in off there as well.
Yeah, but a cleat across the bottom is more organic.
Yeah, well, that'll clean up.
Yeah, just nails.
So there it is. That's going to be the
cleat. We'll put cleat and some glue right across the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, we should have some spare wood.
Just the base?
Yeah, that's the pedestal, 8 by 12. Now some canyon on top of that.
Gee, I'm dropping my bills.
We had a lot of utilities involved. Mechanical, HVAC, running into plumbing. So many hoods and ducts for all those gas.
What, they've got a lab there?
Yeah, it's a lab office. Yeah, they must have 55 few hoods.
Wow.
Okay. I like my finger for the protection.
Learning something new.
I do other things that
We're not gonna mess with stuff like that.
yeah. Now, what do I do? Yeah. Right-handed. Use a chainsaw, so that's sort of like a
Here's how you load this guy. Drops in.
go down first to the board.
Like so. Start. And
Start it by
release
doing
back
this.
here.
And then
And
come
then
down.
you're off and rolling.
Awesome! I cut a board with a power tool. Hey, made my whole day.
There you go. Well, that was easy.
A new experience after all those years. Just when I thought it couldn't be done.
Okay, what are we looking at now? Where are the hoops for the arms?
Set the thing on the ground.
Ah,
Say what?
Don't set it on the
The
ground.
arms are.
Yeah, no problem. The nose.
No
Booger.
problem, man. You got it.
Where are the hoops? Oh, there they are.
This should actually be down here by 1 7/8 on this one. And I'll just go into that bad.
whoa, lots of logo. Yeah,
Five
right.
4 inches
So
That's the
the
top.
of the bottom piece.
It's the top of the top piece, isn't it? Or is it?
Top
Oh,
and bottom piece.
Yeah, I got home around 3 last night. For some reason, woke up at 6:30. So
And she, it's one of those bullets. Okay, so let's
One
figure
breast
out what
on one
we're
Hey, there you go.
well, I guess.
Bigger hammer.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I know. Okay. Well, we've got the arms.
So you ready? You want to attach the?
That's the template for the whole.
really, that was left over from last time. What do you mean a template? It's just the center and 7.
Oh,
But
it's
to
just
know exactly where you want it.
The reason we had this last time was so we had something to work with out there to get the locks in place and clearance and figure all that stuff out.
Yeah, that's all.
Instead of having to bring the whole arm in there.
Hey, everybody. This blue one here is for recyclables, cans and bottles. Oh, yeah?
We're gonna do this up with the
Says you. Says right. Are you practicing for the Yeah, I want you fuckers to clean up.
If I wanted to clean up, I would have cleaned up my room before I came here, all right?
Love and care.
Well, we don't wanna hit a knot with one of these nails.
This wood is so fine though. I think.
God, it took long enough to fucking find it, man.
That's a pretty good story.
Lifting the fucking 6x off it.
Why did they send over the forklift?
It just took him a long time. We just got bored of it. And we just started pulling the shit off. How's that?
Good.
Clear. Actually, it's probably
Beautiful.
probably come around the other way. Hi. Was Me macho. Ugh.
It's quite a big penis extension you've got going.
Jesus, believe me, I can use it.
Feel confident?
Use that extension. Okay.
I just don't want to misfire one of these into.
What about this ring? This ring goes up.
Yeah, right.
The arms are actually pretty long. The whole.
We want to do these simultaneously,
But
or should we roll this one and do it all? Do this one on its own?
we may as well go down on each side.
The arms look like
Up, up, up. Yeah, that's okay. This is up. Actually, this is a two-man job.
The other thing is to just control.
Okay, so that's, okay, now,
I lost
this
this.
is 12, cutting this down, so originally this design,
I'll try to keep it on the side.
shave this down, yes. So now, I would kind of want to shave out.
Hey, Bill, you want that?
Here, 9 inches. So now what's going to happen is that plywood's not going to lay nice and flat.
Yeah, won't hit this.
No, it'll be just on the inside on both sides. Unless, we'll be cheap, leave little gaps. So what we'll just have to do is tag a board inside of here, but to catch the
What?
and then this little strip.
Yeah. I got a combo square. Actually, Serge has my speed square. A combo square?
I'm not mailing it, so I can just throw a patch of glue on it and lay it on.
Okay, yeah. Well, here. I'll come over and nail it as you get them. Okay. I'll be the roving nail first.
The roving nail guy? We'll see about that, but don't ever check.
I don't even know anything. We set that so that we can go back.
Nails out of there.
No fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horses, of course.
Particular year, they picked Baker Beach.
Weren't they going to? What about the desert before? I mean, didn't you used to go to the desert?
No.
Is it because you always got in trouble? The Coffin and everybody always got in trouble.
They gotten
By the
potentially
law.
got in trouble
And so you
in
had to get away from
1990.
that?
So that's when Cacophony Society had been planning what's called a zone trip, which is they go somewhere to a very strange site. It can be anything from an abandoned, well, one year it was an abandoned toothpaste factory, and they blindfolded people and snuck them all into this factory and way back through a labyrinth, and then just had a big party inside the building. And they cleaned everything up the next day and left. So this particular year, they decided that they were going to have a zone trip to the Black Rock Desert, and over Labor Day weekend. So it just happened that they had to take Burning Man somewhere to burn it, so they figured, well, let's take it out there. And I think there were fewer than 100 people in 1990. In 1991, I helped with the construction, and I went out, there were 160 of us. And every year since then, there's been a doubling. And it's estimated that last year we had between 4,000 and 5,000 people.
Wow.
So we are anticipating as many as 10,000 people this year.
And what do you get out of the event when
Here's the
you go?
drawings, yeah. of course,
What is it that people do this for? What is there a purpose?
Yeah, every
Is
person
there-
you ask will have a different answer to that question. And
Here's the leg.
if you've
You
seen
see
the
this
tape
long
that
stem
Chuck
here,
Serino
and
did
then
for
plug in, so
1994,
the legs
I'm
pull
interviewed in
out,
there,
and
and
plug in this.
one thing that
This is a separate
the main
part.
thing that the
So anyway,
Burning
we're
Man
down
is
here,
for
you see
me
this-
is the team effort of getting a
Right now,
whole
the legs
disparate group of
just have
people
these little
together.
rings and cross pieces. Now what
We've
we're
got
gonna put
artists,
on
we've
these-
got craftsmen, we've got
these
people who
pieces.
have
So I
a
just wanted to
clue
show you
about how
that.
to do anything
And you can
with
see what
tools
happens
who
is
come in
one-
and learn.
Because between each one of those
And,
cross pieces, there's one between each of us is 8.
So it's an ongoing process,
Four there
and
four there,
you'll find if you really pay attention to Burning Man that before the embers of this year's Burning Man have cooled, we're already planning for next year. So it's an ongoing process, and the beauty of it is like I say, it's a team effort, and we come together, we create this project, and we let it go. We burn it, and it's just fantastic.
Do you think that does there have to be like productivity involved? I mean, it's productivity, but then it's obliterated. Is that the whole point, the whole philosophy of Burning Man, to create something and obliterate so that it's not contributing to like our capitalistic society? In a sense, you know.
Larry Harvey probably would have an opinion that sophisticated
because
about
all of these people are so creative and talented, you would think that either their work would want to go towards beautiful displays and in an art museum, right? Something more permanent, or but it just seems like the utility of the people. It just seems like, what's the point? What's the point? Because there's all these people in the world, and we all need something, but constructive. And so why like waste time? It just seems like wasting time. And so what is your viewpoint upon that?
It's a performance.
It's a performance.
It's a performance, and this is just part of the stage set. You know, this is basically a prop. I mean, it's a reason. It's a focal point in terms of the camp. It anchors the camp. It gives us a sense of purpose, even though, like I say, that purpose will be different for every person that you talk to. And
what does it give? What is exactly your sense of purpose? What do you get from it?
My particular sense of purpose? Well, I have to tell you that Labor Day weekend is when my birthday is. So for me, it's a great way to have a huge party.
Right.
You know, and so it's my new year. My new year is my birthday. I don't care about January 1st. That's amateur night. So for me, it's a reason to party, and it's a large part of my social life because I get to be with artists and creative people and have a purpose. And even though that purpose is very transitory, that has its benefits too. You know, if we created this and put it somewhere, installed it, it'd be all over. That'd be it. Then we'd have to go express the creative process in another way.
Now, you say that has your life changed since you've been involved in this?
Oh yeah.
And how has it changed?
It's changed mainly in that I now have a community of artist friends, whereas before I had a lot of friends who were creative and artistic, but they didn't collaborate. And a lot of people who observe Burning Man, and certainly everybody who participates, will tell you the same thing, that this is probably the largest collaborative effort in terms of art and creativity that they've ever seen. So that's a major part of it for me. It's a chance to be expressive, to be creative, to use my skills, but to do it in conjunction with other people.
And before then, did you find yourself doing your fireman work and being creative too? I mean, did you feel like you weren't as creative before? Or do you?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No.
It's creative in other ways.
Right, in other ways, but this is just the way that you like channeled your creativity. And so.
I'm a photographer as well and a sculptor, and I also teach for the fire department. I teach earthquake preparedness, and so I've devised a lot of our training aids and the photographs and computer graphics and stuff like that.
Right.
So there's opportunity there to be creative as well.
Now, within the process of the Burning Man, building the man, what is you're going to be watching the fire to make sure that everything is in control. That's like your main thing. And are you going to partake on any of the construction at all?
Oh yeah, I'm one of the key builders.
You are the key builder.
Not the key builder, but definitely
Who's
one
the
of
key
them.
builder?
I'd say Dan is our foreman. Dan Miller is our
Who's Dan
construction
Miller?
foreman.
Where
He's
is
wearing
he?
the straw hat out there.
Ah, okay.
You're getting the
Dan.
most grueling interview of anyone, by the way. But it's great. No, it's good stuff.
Grueling interview. Why grueling?
No.
Okay. Are you married?
No.
No. And how is the relationships within Burning Man? Do you find that it seems like it's very community oriented? Do you find people getting involved in intimacy within the Burning Man project and the Burning Man?
Oh, there've been a lot of
events?
relationships
A lot
that
of
have sprung out of
relationships.
Burning Man.
It sort of seems sort of like an incestual type of thing. It's because it's so networked, so close.
Yeah.
And however, from an outsider, like I'm not a part of the Burning Man. I'm just an observer. It seems like there is everybody seems so nice and this sort of aura, and that nobody seems to be like, oh, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, or you can't tell. It's just not like the quote quote normal party. It's very interesting. But I always wondered about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the interpersonal relationships have their own dynamic as
Right.
usual anyway, but
Right.
there's a lot of, it's a tight group, so it has been a tight group anyway. It's expanding so much that we've, as I put it, we've kind of lost ownership in a way. There was a point at which everybody who participated had some role in the process. And it's gotten to the point now where we have so many people that there are not enough jobs to give everyone a piece of the action, so to speak. So we encourage people to have theme camps, to come in costume. We're always asking for volunteers for everything from being on a phone tree to clean up afterwards. There's a lot of grunt work goes into this.
Now,
Tremendous
have
amount.
you personally had a girlfriend and she was not part of the Burning Man ordeal, and she just thought this was really kooky and really weird, and tell me some experiences.
No, my last girlfriend lives in New York, and we had this crazy bi-coastal relationship going. And she didn't participate, but she photographed, and she thought it was great.
Great.
But
Have you
she was
had
not
any?
a part of the Burning Man. No,
Have you
I've not
no
had
negative
any
experiences?
girlfriends who thought Burning Man was...
Friends that you brought along who found it. What is going on? This is really weird, or
No.
no bashing.
No, because people are usually pretty well briefed on what's going to be up. Even
Right.
though the unanticipated always happens, there's a lot of spontaneity
Right.
in the group. First of all, it takes a considerable amount of fortitude to be willing to spend 3 or 4 days or more in the desert on basically a moonscape. I mean, the ground, if you've seen any of the photographs, it's 400 square miles of absolute total flatness. It's as flat as this floor. And there's not a bug, a beast, a bump, a bush, or anything out there. It's totally featureless until you've been there for a while. Then you start noticing things, but they're off in the distance because it's ringed by mountains. It's quite beautiful. But it's also, you're 125 miles from Reno, 12 miles from the nearest town, which, we overwhelmed the town. The town of Gerlach is tiny, minuscule little dot on the map.
Do they know when you're coming?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Warning
And
them.
they embrace us.
Do
we
they?
bring
That's
we
good.
bring more money into the community probably in 1 weekend than they get in 6 months.
How do you bring money into the community?
Buying gas and food.
Right. But is there
people
any
get
type of
towed
where
out.
they come and they don't have to? Is there going to be any type of consumerism there, capitalism there, where they're going to have, like, I heard about an espresso bar, somebody's going to build upon that?
Yeah,
and
it's minimal though.
Minimal.
Minimal. We don't encourage people. We don't try to tell people, oh yeah, come on out. There's going to be a restaurant there.
Right.
There's not.
Right.
You may be able to get a hamburger from McSatan's. You might find coffee, but you're not going to find any ice. You're not going to find any food. You've got to bring everything with you. So you've got to be somewhat of a survivor, even though people will take care of each other. and people have shown up with nothing, just themselves,
What
and
do you
expect to be
usually-
taken care of.
Right.
And we ream them royally when they do, and then we take care of them. But
Now, what do you usually bring for survival
water
in the
and
desert?
shade.
Water and what?
Water and shade.
Water
You
and
gotta bring your own shade, because there's no, like I
Meaning
say,
a tent
absolutely
or a...
flat. Tent, awnings,
What about bathing facilities? It's just pure camping.
there's no water there. Solar showers.
Everybody just runs
Provide
around.
these little solar bags, you know, they work great.
What's a solar bag?
Solar shower, it's a plastic bag that's clear on one side and black on the other. Holds about 5 gallons of water. It's got a little hose that comes off of it and a nozzle. And
You just squirt off.
lay it on the ground, and after it warms up, depending on, you know, I mean, out in the desert it warms up in no time at all. Hang it from a pole or whatever and shower right out there in the middle of the desert.
And is there privacy? Are people very private, or are they just shower naked?
The only privacy is in your own vehicle, your own tent, or in the porta potties. And a lot of people choose to run around naked. You know, I mean, not most of them, but a lot of them, and nobody thinks anything of it.
So complete
It's just
freedom.
Yeah. I mean, there's no authorities there. There are no roads. There are no lines, no curbs, no parking places, no fire hydrants, no faucets, no toilets, no buildings, no nothing.
Right.
I mean, nothing.
Right.
Except
No,
us.
I don't know if I could survive that, but
Well, it's a very unique feeling to walk out onto the playa, away from the camp. You know, like you go 200 yards away, the camp looks microscopic over there. And then you realize that you are the tallest object for miles around. And it's a very, very unique experience.
And in terms of the construction, how do you get such a huge man standing upright? How did
See
they
that
do
little
that?
model over there?
Where?
The Lego model?
Yeah.
It's got 2 booms on it, you'll see. And
What are the booms? These things? Where? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, that's one way to find out if a woman loves you. Whoops, the deal here. Drag her out to the desert. If she can take it, and she's yours.
So is this the backbone, rib cage kind of thing?
It could be a chest. It's the chest. There's 2 chests. Front and front. It had to.
Right now they've expanded beyond that.
Yeah, that created a whole culture. And so will this. So has this, huh?
Absolutely.
I need a framing square. These don't work.
the highest I found, but maybe give me something higher. Might put some on
You
there.
have to put a hat on too.
I gotta get busy here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're gonna have to interview someone else. Actually, though.
it's on, or just when we place the joist, we just make sure to place it so it's on center, you know, so we get a good,
I can do that.
Oh, I know what. Yeah, the problem with that is we're going to have it. If they were this way, there'd be no senior.
Right, no, I understand. Right about the I'm not sure whether that would be good practice to.
Well, it doesn't matter over here.
If it falls in the blocker, you're using a nailing strip.
Over here, we can lay the.
So 57.5 where?
57 and a half from the apex to the bottom.
And those others are going to sit right on top of that.
Which others?
Not the backs.
They'll sit on top of it.
Lay it down. I think we'll go with my original concept.
Is this a durability test?
Okay, but let me go on record as suggesting that.
Okay, only for the ages, this has got to last at least 3 days.
Is that the platform for the man
Yeah.
scanner? Is there gonna be another one? Is that gonna be long enough with
I want
his
to go
legs
on
spread out
public
so far?
record
Are you
stating
putting on
that
another
we
one?
should use
That's it.
3/4.
Really? So
Yeah.
you, wow.
Because it looks so, are you gonna close its legs?
No,
It looks so good, doesn't it?
That sledge will bounce it.
One nice thing about not having a platform last year was the foot race that John DeSpacio organized. We all ran from Hot Spring on the other side across the playa about 3.5 miles, and the race ended between the legs of the man. That was the finish line.
Ah.
It was a cool feeling running across fucking nowhere, mile after mile, and you end going through this great structure. And so it's sought by this time. But progress.
Asking some questions.
So it's all
You're
volunteer.
getting a mango orange soda for reimbursement for doing all this? Does that seem like rational and reasonable? And how do you feel about that?
It's just sort of for fun, you know?
Yeah.
It seemed like a good thing to do as an unemployed person.
Yeah, may as well, do something.
Be productive in the Gen X society.
So are they teaching you how to use a staple gun and everything? Or
Yeah,
did
that's
you
a
have-
pretty scary one too.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, I keep doing a double shot.
It's so easy to do that.
Yeah, you were talking before about
I know.
about doing that stuff. It's fun. I mean, whatever. I get to
Isn't
meet-
that glue bad for your fingers? It's not like the super glue where your skin's gonna fall off?
No, it's a carpenter's wood glue.
Okay, good.
So it's like Elmer's kind of thing. Or is this?
No, it's not me.
I'm just a pretty man.
I'm just.
So who are you?
I'm
this
an
camera guy?
apparition. I'm an apparition. I don't exist.
Trees too.
Did you?
Yeah, that's kind of funky, huh? Oh, I guess you gotta put the glue on the side on that one. Because some of them, every other side is earth already. Here.